Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, what is the best snack that you got out there? Someone tell me. Strawberry. Strawberry was, Fresh air. Fresh air is a snack. Okay, okay. Sweetie. Did someone taste the samosa? You don't know what samosa is? You didn't open the tray? You missed out on it. You missed out on it. No, it's a triangle thing with no, because that one of that is lunch to you. So next you'll see it over during lunchtime. Make sure you get it. Ask where is the samosa. So we are here. I'm gonna quickly bring in the next speaker. Actually, it's a pair of them. They'll do it together. So let me introduce them. Yvonne, you'll be up as I introduce you. I've known Yvonne for how many years?
It's been a while.
Since high school.
Yeah.
So that makes me look old. But there's so many things I've done with Yvonne. I've mentored her. I've recommended her. I've sung with her. She has a beautiful voice and so many things. Very sweet young lady here. So I usually refer to her as big sister to the youth because she knows how to survive this America than I, because she grew up here, mostly into the career. She is a nurse. Can someone say a nurse? And she will tell you what it takes to be a nurse. Not only that, she took the board exam and passed. Hallelujah. And not just passed. The exam just closed out. The exam was like, you don't need to take more questions. Get out of here. So she left early. So that's why I felt she's the right one. And then the other speaker I have is Carol. She's going to come back after her. Carol is taking PhD in chemistry. Someone say chemistry. And she is not in Kabogoro University. She is in LSU. Someone say LSU. She's in the right position to talk to you. I went through LSU. I graduated from LSU in 2013. So it's been a while. So those are current minds I've brought to you to talk to you about academics and choosing careers. Take it.
How's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? You guys excited to be here today? Yes? Otherwise, what would you be doing at home right now? Sleeping, watching? Okay. Cleaning. So as Pastor Moses said, my name is Yvonne Opiri. I am a nurse by profession. I went to the Southern University. Does anybody here wants to go to Southern? Anybody attending Southern University? Yes? Okay, and hopefully on my way to grad school soon. So I want to share with you guys what I call is a blueprint to success in school. It can be college, it can be middle school, high school. I feel like this is pretty much applicable all across like the...
Before you continue, does everyone have their notebook and a pen?
Oh yeah, yes, please. Notebook, a pen. I'm sure you can probably jot down a couple things that you can take with you to school. Anybody need a pen? Does everybody have a pen, a writing utensil with you? Yes? Okay. All right, so again, I'm going to be talking about how to pretty much be successful in school. It can be college, it can be middle school. Anybody here in middle school? Middle schoolers? Any kids in middle school here? High school? Pretty much a majority of the people, high school. College students? Come on, I want to see those hands. College students. Okay, awesome. So we have a few college students as well, but like I said, I feel like this is pretty much applicable throughout the trajectory of school. And I'm just setting my timer here, sorry. Okay, So this is something that helped me through school. And please, guys, pay attention. If you feel like you're getting sleepy, just get up and walk a little bit and come back. But anywho, this is what I felt like was very instrumental in my success in school because I learned as I went. And as I look back in retrospect, I realized that these are the things that I would have wanted my younger self to tell me, right? Like, hey, you're going to college, this is what, or you're going to middle school, high school, this is what can help you be successful, right? So I have an acronym for you guys. It's PASS, P-A-S-S. Okay, and that's pretty much just the umbrella of what we're going to be talking about today. And if you want to add any points, if you have any questions, feel free to add your point or ask a question. I will be glad to answer it. So P is prepare. A is assignment. S is submit, and the last S is succeed. Does anybody want me to repeat that? Yes. There'll be a quiz at the end of this, guys. So, okay. So, prepare, assignment, submit, succeed. Right, like PASS. So I want you guys to think of school like an essay, right? Like an essay or an assignment. I'm sure most of you guys here have done an essay, right? Because you have to prepare for the essay. You have to know what you're going to write about. You have to know when to submit it and everything else. So let's think of our different academic journeys as an essay or as an assignment, right? So what do you guys do to prepare for an assignment? Let's say you have an essay. Okay, you have to write about, my life, whatever. What do you normally do to prepare for it? You have to brainstorm, right? What else would you do? Right? You have to know what you're talking about, especially if you get maybe a boring history topic about medieval eras, like 1910s, you're like, oh, 1800. I mean, you have to do your research, what you have to write about, right? So our first P is prepare. This is especially directed to you guys going to college or already in college. Hopefully most of you here want to go to college. Pretty much, does everybody want to, if you're not there already, would you say that you'd want to be in college at one point and go through your academic career? Yes? Okay, so first of all, you have to ask yourself, why am I here? I know most of the times you're like, my parents want me to do this. My parents want me to be a lawyer so I don't embarrass them or whatever, right? Would you say that you're going to college because of you or your parents? Because of you, right? So I want you to first understand your assignment. Why am I doing this, right? And then what do I hope to achieve when this is said and done, right? So let's say, for instance, again, college, if you're starting your freshman, so at the end of it all, what do you want to do? Like when the 4 years are done, what do you want to do? You want to graduate, right? Do you want to spend 7 years doing a bachelor degree? No? Yeah. Does anybody want to spend 7 years doing bachelors? I mean, if all the circumstances are right, everybody wants to go through the 4 years and you're done with it, right? And talking about that is very interesting because can anybody guess the graduation rate of LSU, for instance? The class that starts, can anybody guess how many of that, what percentage of those students graduate? Right? Not all of them, right? Yeah, so for LSU is about 65, for Southern is about 35%. So it goes to tell you that not everybody who starts will finish, right? But if you start with the mindset of completion, you will surely complete it, right? So we've already established our blueprint. So we are preparing, right? We know this is what I'm doing. This is the end goal. The second A is assignment. And I've kind of put this, think of an assignment as being disciplined, right? So you are assigned with this, or you've rather assigned yourself with this task. Hey, I want to go through middle school. I want to be maybe the valedictorian of high school. I want to go through this and that, right? So first of all, one of the most important things into succeeding, whatever academic journey you're on, is understanding your learning style, right? How many people here know what your learning style is? What kind of learner are you? Oh, you said last minute. Oh, goodness. Okay, anybody else? Oh, use your mic, sorry.
Okay. So I feel like I'm a visual learner.
You're a visual learner.
So and I have to do it like myself.
Okay.
And I have to write it down and see it like many times.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Yes.
I'm a visual and auditory learner.
So you have to see it and hear it. Okay. Anyone else?
I feel I'm the same way, but I also agree with Precious, like doing it at the last minute, because I feel I work better under pressure.
Oh goodness. Okay. Anybody else in the back? The young ones, you know, maybe you like looking at pictures. Go on. Mike.
Yeah.
I'm a type of learner that needs like a more quiet environment and not a lot of students, so I don't feel under pressure.
Okay. So like a nice, maybe library-like setting, quiet. Okay, good. So that's one of the most important things, guys. You have to understand what kind of learner you are, so you can tailor your resources towards that, right? If you're, yes.
I work under pressure.
Oh goodness. Okay, looks like we have a lot of like procrastinators here. You procrastinate. You're like, I just work best under pressure. But really, you've been sleeping on that assignment for weeks now, and it's due tomorrow. You're like, okay. So once you understand that, that's so important because you can be able to learn the best way that you can. If you learn best by hearing, you can go on YouTube, listen to a YouTube video. Maybe you're working out, you play that, and that will help you learn. The second thing is organization. How many people here have planners? No, and you actually use your planner. So you have it and you use it. If I ask you to bring it to church on Sunday, I can actually see that you. Okay. So yes. So a planner is so important, guys. I know not so many people use it, but it can be on your phone, right? I'm sure pretty much everybody here has a cell phone. It can be on your phone or an actual physical planner, right? Because my thing is how life happens. We have so many things that happen. You have to know where you need to be, when you need to be. Again, especially for those who are starting college or already in college, you have work, you have assignments. I mean, you have so many things that you're responsible for. Sometimes it's easier for you to write them down, right? So you know when the essay is due, you know when the test is due, you know when the scholarship that you're applying for, when it's due to submit, let's say the essay that you need to submit, right? Would you guys agree with that? So if you don't have a plan, even if you're like in high school, I feel like, or middle school, you have to. The earlier you start implementing those things, I feel like the better you'll be set up, especially going forth in your educational career. So get a planner. It's not that expensive. If you don't have a planner, use your phone, right? You can even print out like a planner. Like I'm sure they have lots of templates online that you can actually print and write down everything you need. You can actually just stamp it in your room, right? And then every day you're like, okay, you wake up, say your prayer, you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. At the end of the night, you check everything that you're supposed to do. You're like, okay, I did everything, and that's wonderful. Third thing is resources. And again, we're still under assignment, right? You need to understand that, guys, we have so many resources around us that a lot of people don't really utilize, right? What are some of the resources you guys use outside of like lectures? Right? YouTube, what else? Yes, yes. Anything else from that side? That section is super, super quiet. Cephas, yes. Tutoring, yes. You can also do tutoring. What else? Yes, so guys, I want you guys to understand that you're equipped with so many resources. Sometimes you don't actually have to spend money to get access to this, like YouTube, for instance. I don't know if anybody knows Organic Chemistry Tutor, for those who will be going to college, for instance. Even in Khan Academy has videos from, pretty much you can use it in high school, most of the times in college. There are so many free resources, guys, that you can utilize. So I want you guys to make sure that when you're starting your academic career, especially in college, make sure you seek out these resources. You can ask your professors, but they're out there to help you, okay? Fourth thing I want to talk about is procrastination. Those people who are saying, I work under pressure, please, you don't work is it really under pressure? You just really like procrastinate? Because I don't know that's a lot of suffering. Like it's doing 5 hours, you're up here trying to complete, 1,800 words. Really? And you're usually successful, like when you submit it, it comes out fine? Okay, I am a neurotic planner, so I can't even begin to understand sitting here. The assignment is due in 5 hours, and I am busy looking it up. I hope you guys don't do that with tests, though. Okay, so with tests, you guys actually plan and study most of the times. Okay, so I want to say, make sure that guys try to avoid procrastination, because the thing with procrastination is last minute things can come up. Maybe your internet is, maybe the assignment is due at 1:59 or whatever. You are done at 1:57. You're trying to submit it. Guess what happens? The Wi-Fi fails you. So now you have to go ahead and type this long explanation to your teacher. I mean, teachers here, mom, dad, Pastor Moses, you guys know how it is. It's like, I'm so sorry, my internet failed. I should have submitted it, and this happened. Or you put like a sad story, or, maybe your pet died or something. Trying to garner sympathy. It's like, okay. Most of the professors, especially guys, this is especially in college, these things will not be helpful going forth, because you can only do that for so long, right? It gets busier, it gets hectic. So you need to get in the habit of not procrastinating, guys, okay? Even in middle school, whatever you are, do not procrastinate. Plan, do it when you have to do it, okay? And the fifth thing I want to talk about under the PASS umbrella is balance, right? Does anybody here work out? Any gym gurus here? Honestly, right? Does anybody else do anything else besides studying? You have work, you have school. Okay. Okay. Anyone in the back? Would you guys do anything for fun outside of like your regular responsibilities? Okay. So guys, make sure there is a balance, right? Because you can easily get worn out from your regular schedule if you're just studying all the time, or you're just working all the time. Your body or your mental state will tend to be fatigued easily, right? Because you're always doing things for so long, and eventually you're just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, So make sure you find the right balance. If you're working, the semester is about to start, try to find time to do the things that you love doing, right? If it's dancing or I don't know, knitting, playing the piano, whatever it is. Try to incorporate what you love in everything else that you do, okay? And then we're going to go to the third letter, that's submit, okay? So we've talked about prepare, we've talked about assignment. Now the third thing, we're going to talk about submit. So, again, I wanted to go back to the essay. So let's say you've written an essay, right? What are some of the things that you guys have to do before you actually turn it in? Oh, okay. Good. Anyone from that section, what do you do? If you need to submit an assignment.
Grammarly.
Yes, to make sure you have... Guys, please do not copy and paste stuff from the internet. Don't do it, okay? Your professors will know. Just letting you guys know. Okay, they will know. Or turn it in. I think professors use turn it in or something to make sure. But anyway, guys, so you proofread, right? So the thing about proofreading, think about this, right? Before you submit, you have to make sure everything is right. Proofread in this context, I mean, know your curriculum, okay? Before you start this journey and everything, make sure that before you submit to this educational task ahead, let's say you want to be a doctor, lawyer, nurse, engineer, whatever that is, make sure you know your curriculum. I think these are the basic things that sometimes people don't know about. Your curriculum pretty much tells you what it is that you need to do. Even in high school, before you graduate, right? You have to have taken a certain number of credit hours and everything else. You can't miss something. If you do, you're not going to graduate. So make sure you know your curriculum, because I know so many people who thought they were graduating. Guess what happened? They realized they missed some random art class, and now they have to take an extra semester to take that random art class, and that means they have to take money out of the pocket to pay for that, because you really worked for this degree. You want to graduate, right? So make sure that you look at their curriculum, look at what the expectations are. That's part of proofreading. And make sure you do spell check, right? You want to spell check. You don't want to mispronounce anything. So with the spell check, I mean evaluate your grades, right? At the end of the semester, I'm somebody who, at the end of the semester, I need to know what like. I need to have an idea of what my grade will be, right? I just don't want to go through the motions and then be surprised by this like random grade. I actively know what my grades are looking. I'm actively calculating. So make sure that you know what your grades are, okay? And one of the last and important thing I want to say, guys, is make sure that you actually get to know your professors, okay? And this is especially, again, for those who are in college. For me, for example, I make sure that I introduce myself to my professor, right? Even if it's virtual, I'm going to be one of those nagging students who's going to be emailing the professor. It's like, hey, I just wanted to make sure, is this the right way of doing things? So that the professor can actually put name to face, right? And sometimes when it comes to that grade where like you're in between a B and a C, you have a couple points, the professor knows you tried. The professor knows this is Joy, right? This is Ashley, right? This is the person that the student was so fervent, kept texting me, not texting, kept emailing me and finding out about this and that. Okay, so guys, this is a college thing. You have to, the professors here will let you know. It's so important that they know who you are. Okay, so even if it means you're that annoying person, go ahead and make sure the professor knows who you are, okay? And finally, guys, that is a recipe to be successful in college. So the last S is succeed, right? When you've done all those things, do you guys think you're actually going to fail after you've kind of pretty much implemented some of these things? Do you think you'll actually fail? No, right? So those are the things that will help you, become a doctor. Anyone wants to be a doctor here? Okay. Lawyer, engineer, what your parents want you to be? Okay, that area. Can you guys tell me what your prospective career is? Who do you want to be? And we are just about done here. You want to be a what? Entrepreneur, great. Back there. Social worker, okay, great. So guys, please implement all these things, and God is the center of this all. So just be purposeful in what you do. When you start college, when you start whatever academic journey you're on, make sure you implement these important steps to set you up for success, okay? Oh, okay. All right, guys. So hopefully years from now, I'll be talking to doctors, engineers, nurses. Any nurses here? Anybody wants to be a nurse? Oh, guys, come on. Okay, so guys, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for being active and interactive in this. If you have any questions, ask me. If you want to be a nurse, you don't want to raise your hand, it's fine. You can talk to me later. But I wish you guys success. Education is not easy. High school is a little easy, but college can be tough. So just make sure, know that you have God with you, know that you have support, you have parents, you have us, you have Pastor Moses, and we're here to help you, okay? Any questions?
I just wanted to add something when you said that professors, it's true. I am a professor, and the student who keeps asking if they have 89.5, I will give them the 0.5 to get an A. So when your professor can put your name to your work, it is easier than appearing from nowhere. Who is this student?
Yeah.
I've never heard about them. So that is an important point for those who are going to college, even for high school.
Yeah.
Get your teachers, nag them. What can I do to bring my grade from a B to an A? Teachers are human beings. I also taught, and any student who came for help, I helped them. But when you sit there and just moan and complain, nobody cares. Go out, talk to your teacher. What can I do? Extra credit, extra work.
Yep.
They will help you. They are humans, okay? All the best, and in the future, we're going to see the doctors, the nurses,
Oh, yes.
the entrepreneurs, and God bless you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And now we're going to have Carolyn coming here to talk to you guys more about career choices.
Oh, that's good. Everybody's looking at me. Okay. So, Yvonne asked, what is your dream? I had somebody say a doctor here. Somebody else say social worker. You did, right? Somebody else said what? Yeah. But what about the rest of you? You don't have any dream, nothing? You want to be successful, but not on those things. Okay, what do you want to be successful in? A what? Oh, okay. All right. Somebody, no, this side, everybody's quiet. Alex, what do you want to be? So engineer, there are many. What kind of engineer do you want to be? You don't know, but just something engineer. Mohammed? Forensic scientist, okay. What do you want to be? Mechanical engineer. I think you want to be an engineer too, right? Okay. What do you want to be? A what? A marketing manager. A nurse practitioner. An entrepreneur. Okay. What do you want to be? You have to have something. Everybody has. We all had something. When I was like 80 years old, I wanted to be a doctor, at least. I mean, I knew there was something like that. So everybody should have one. And I want to hear, what do you want to be? What do you want to be, Carrie? Not sure. A what? You're in the house of God. Remember, what you say, God brings it to pass. Chela, what do you want to be? An engineer. Behind you, what do you want to be? What's your dream? You don't know? What's your interest? But I'm impressed. At least 95% of everybody here wants to be something. And that's the starting point. But for you to be what you want to be, so I wanted to be a doctor at some point, and I worked really hard. I did everything I could. But I may not become that kind of a doctor that I wanted to be, but I still be one. And somebody said they want to be a forensic scientist. I do want to be a forensic scientist someday. But it's a process. And it starts now. Whether you're in middle school, whether you're in high school, whether in college, it's a process that starts with now. Wherever you are at right now. When you started to go to school, it started then. So what does it take to achieve that dream that you want to be? What does it take to be a nurse? What does it take to be an entrepreneur? What will it take to be a social worker? What will it take to be a doctor? What will it take to be a forensic scientist? Do you think it comes by sleeping for 12 hours a day, waking up, just lazing around, not submitting your assignments on time, getting C's and D's? Does it take that? What does it take? Hard work. What else? It takes God. What else? Dedication. What else? Determination. What else? I need to hear more from this side. Time. Dedication. Mohammed, I asked, what does it take to be, what did you say you want to be? A forensic scientist. What do you think it takes to be a forensic scientist? Study a lot, read books. All that combined, and God above all, eventually you get to achieve your dream. It takes a lot, yes. And I'm going to use myself as just an example as we go through. I'm doing my PhD in chemistry. I will eventually be a doctor. As I said, I will not be the doctor that I wanted to be, but I will be one. And I still believe that I have the chance to be the doctor that I wanted to be because it's a process. Sometimes it may not take the route that we thought it was going to take, but with determination, dedication, with God, the whole process takes time. We just need to be patient. So, as I said, it starts now. In our youth, when we have more strength, when we are eager to learn, when our brains are growing, when everything is fresh in our minds, it starts now. And why do we need to start preparing and laying our foundation now when we are young? Why do you need to start worrying about how am I doing in school? How am I behaving around my elderly people? Am I being respectful? Am I being obedient? Why do you need to start worrying about those things? I want us to ask ourselves the question why before we go to the part of what then do I need to do? Because if you start doing things without a purpose, then you're not going to achieve that purpose. So first identify, why do I need to actually start thinking about laying my foundation now when I'm young, when I have the time, the resources. Yvonne talked about, like, in school, when I was who is in high school here? Middle school? Okay, when I was in middle school, that was like, I was like 14 and below, or maybe less. I wanted to be a doctor, so I knew that it takes getting a really good grade for me to go to high school, and that is all that mattered at that point of life. At that stage, what I needed to do was get a good grade to take me to high school. And then when I go to high school, then I'll start working from what do I need still to become the doctor that I want. So I already have that goal, that purpose, that I want to be a doctor. But what do I need to do now at that stage that you are in middle school, in high school? So one thing is that you need to think about is your future you depends on you now. So the one who is in middle school, whatever you do now, whatever grade you get now, whatever you'll be doing now will determine who you will be in high school. What kind of high school are you going to go to? And that, to the end, comes back to, I want to be this person in the community. I want to do this. So if you don't do what you're required to do when you're middle school, then you start losing points to get to where you needed to be in high school so that you can start achieving your dream. Or maybe you don't even get to go to high school if you mess around at that stage you are in at that point. If you are in high school, if you do not work on what you need to be in high school, you need to achieve good grades. In high school, I remember I was in a girls' school. All girls' schools were boarding school, so we had like a timetable. We have to wake up by 4:30, be in class by 5:45, and all that, and all that happens. But so by the time you wake up at 4:30, which was what was required by the school, somebody else is in class at 4. So before you come to class at 5:45, somebody has been studying for 2 hours, and you're supposed to compete with this person and get an A. But you've been sleeping for those extra 2 hours, but they woke up, sacrificed their sleep so that they can achieve their dream. So what you're doing now will determine the next stage, the future you that you want to be. So you need to work on that. And it's funny how this generation nowadays, social media is there, right? Who is in Instagram? I am. Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, it is. I think so, right? Facebook. What else is there? Oh, yeah, TikTok. Who is in TikTok? You are in TikTok? What else is there? Snapchat. Who has Snapchat? Now, who has posted something, whatever media you have posted? You have posted something one time, ever posted something? Truthfully, we're in the house of God. Have you ever posted anything? You have? Did you ever go back and check, did somebody like this post? How many people like this post? You don't have to. Why? But you still get to see like how many people liked your post, right? So whoever got like a 1 million views? Anybody? 500,000? You did? How did it make you feel? Like if you ever posted something and never got any like from anybody, you have, how did you feel? How did you feel? But why? You thought it was cute, but nobody else did, right? And that made you want to delete that post. Okay. Ever posted something and people like, oh, a lot of people like this, I didn't expect that. Okay, how did that make you feel? It makes you feel good. Why? Why does somebody not liking your post make you feel like your post was not worth posting, but when you posted and somebody liked more than you expected, it makes you feel good? Why does other people's view of what you thought was important make you feel different? Should it? It shouldn't. We are relying so much on what people are telling us. Oh, you cannot do that. We want to get other people's more like approval before we start being ourselves, and that is derailing our growth. And so that derails the person you're going to be in the next level. Now, doing what we need to do now also gives us a legacy. What legacy are you living at the point you are in right now? What person, what can we say about you when you live where you are right now? As you work, Muhammad, as you work where you are right now, you need to leave a good legacy. You need to work, because when it's gone. It's not coming back. You're not going back to middle school. You're not going back to high school. You're not going back to college if you're done. So you need to think about that. Leave a good legacy. Do the best you can, all the best you can, because once it's gone, it's gone. The opportunity has passed, and then you move to the next level. So if you did not exploit that chance fully, it's gone. If you had a chance to get a 4.0 GPA in your high school and you did not do that because you went with the wrong people, you wasted your time, that's it. Unless you have to go back to high school, waste another 4 years, then that's the only way. While your peers are progressing, and by the time you finish high school, they're done with college, and by the time you finish college, they have jobs, they have families, they're progressing. So you need to think about, what legacy am I living at the point you are right now? The other point is, we don't want anybody to regret. So as I said, what you're doing now leaves whatever legacy, your character and all that. So you don't want to look back and say, I wish I did better. I wish I studied more. I wish I spent more time in school. I wish I did not work with them. I wish I listened, that they were not good influence to me. Regret is not good. So then, knowing that, what do we need to do? I'm going to use what I call the 4 Ds, and you've all talked about them. I'm just going to elaborate them a little bit more. So, the first one is diligence. Diligence. You have to practice and be diligent in what you do. Remember, you're youthful, you're young, you have energy, but as you think about that, as you walk around, as you do what you're supposed to do, as you spend your time, remember, you're young, but it goes so fast. You will leave this stage so fast, such that if you do not work as much as you're supposed to, you're going to regret it. And as I said, I'm going to use myself as an example. So when I was here, as I said, I already knew I wanted to be a doctor, so I worked, I sacrificed. So the one thing I knew is anything that comes between me and being a doctor was my enemy. Anything at all. So all I needed to do was just know what exactly I need to achieve and know what I need to do. So by that, anything that is not what I'm supposed to do and comes between me and my dream was not my friend. Because it was that time, it was that season, because there's a season for everything. So you don't want to be, as she said, you have to be able to balance. You're in school right now, everybody is, so what am I supposed to do? Apply wisdom. You need God to give you the wisdom. So with that, it helps you to know what you need to do, at what time, and plan yourself well. The next thing is determination. You need to be determined to reach your goal. Career building does not happen in one day. It takes time. It takes being focused. You set goals. Now, we have short-term and long-term. Now, my long-term goal was to be a doctor. Your long-term goal is to be an entrepreneur. Your long-term goal is, at this point, is get a 4.0 GPA. But how do I get there? She talked about having planners. You can have a weekly planner, monthly planner, like a whole semester planner and all that. So how do you plan your time? Some people say they work best under pressure. So at this point, for me, there's nothing like that, because if I have an exam, if I am taking a course right now, so my PhD is my work, I work and I teach. So I need to learn the concepts. I need to understand Muhammad. Come sit here. I need to understand the concepts. I need to understand what it is that I'm doing in school. I can't just do an exam to pass, because this is my career. When you're building a career, you don't just do things so that you do them. You do them to learn, get skills. If you have to be an entrepreneur and you're taking a business class, you don't just want to do an exam so that you just pass, because you want to build on that career. You're building on that career. If you want to be a doctor, a nurse, I think we can ask her, you have practical classes, right? So imagine you have a practical class and you're supposed to be maybe treating somebody, right? And you just do it so that your supervisor sees you're doing it. But it's somebody's life, right? So you need to learn the skills, the knowledge, have it, because it's something you need to do with purpose. So when I just do things because I have to do them at this point, I am not building myself. I'm not growing. I'll just be passing the exams, but you come to me 2 months later and give me the same stuff that I submitted and got everything. Maybe I won't remember. Maybe I'll remember half of it. So when you do things to just do them, submit an assignment 2 hours before it's due, you just go online, copy paste answers. Sometimes like the same question is posted somewhere on Google, so somebody wrote the answer, so you just take it, paraphrase a little bit, but you didn't understand what the question was about. You didn't understand what the content was about. So the same stuff comes to the exam, and you're like, I remember this question, but I got everything, but the exam is like, I didn't pass. And we receive all these emails. Some student tells me, I've been passing all my reports, I've been doing everything. I don't understand why I didn't pass the exam. Because you didn't understand anything. You just wrote your report and passed because you probably copied stuff from somewhere. You just did stuff in a rush, submitted your work. Yes, you did get everything, but when the exam comes, when you need to apply whatever it is that was asked, you don't get it. You fail. And then you come back and saying, I'm a very bright student. I could tell that during the semester, but the exam says otherwise. Yeah, so knowledge and building your career and that wisdom, you don't do things for the sake of doing them. You do them with purpose. So set your goals and evaluate yourselves. So you have a short-term goal. So for example, we have exam 1, 2, 3, and then we have the final exam. Why do you think professors will give you exam 1, 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 before they do the final exam? Why? I don't think so. Why is it written it's supposed to be 3? The final should be the easiest. It's not the hardest. So why is it that professors will give you exam 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 before they go to the final exam? To challenge your mind. No. To see what you know. Uh-huh. Can you take your mic?
Like unit, they have unit 1, unit 2, they break it down. They break it down so like they could see what you know during that unit. So in the final exam, they put it all together.
Right. Thank you. Somebody is learning. It's just to help you. So I teach, for example, maybe 10 topics in a semester. So if I have to teach everything, then give you a final exam, chances are it will be too much. And I am not sure if you understood topic 1 topic 2, 3, 4, down the line to topic 10. So I have to keep on doing some evaluation along the way as I teach. So you'll get exam 1 after doing maybe topic 1 and 2. And then 3, 4, and so on and so on. Sometimes you even get exam 5. Come to graduate school, you will get all sort of quizzes every Monday, and you have to do them. Yes, because they want to see, are you understanding what we are learning? And it's the same thing. When you set a goal, my goal is to achieve this, you need to do some self-evaluation along the way so that you know, am I doing the right thing? You want to get a 4.0 GPA, but you got an F exam 1, and then you go to exam 2, you got a B maybe, and then exam 3, you panic a little bit, and then maybe you get an A minus, and again, you relax a little bit because now you have an A minus, then you go back to a C. So the question is, are you really getting to your A plus goal, your 4.0 goal? If you start by getting an F, D, are you? No. So self-evaluation helps you to keep yourself on track. Am I really achieving what I'm intending to achieve at the end of this semester?
What
at
if,
the end
what
of
if
this
I'm
year?
expecting a miracle? Because I'm a child of God.
Oh, faith without action is dead.
He moves mountains.
He moves mountain, but you have to do some work. He won't bless empty hands. You have to work and tell him, God, I have done my best. I have gone to class. I have sacrificed my time. I have kept myself away from all distractions. Bless my work. Bless what I have done. And I'm a testimony. He does. He's such a faithful God. He will gladly give you that 4.0. He will.
Amen.
So you work, do your best, and he does the rest. He is just that faithful. You do everything, and he will bless it. Now, you can also, as you have goals, find mentors. Mohammed, you have a mentor? Where's your notebook? So after this, I'm going to be asking questions, and whoever answers more gets a present. So get a mentor. A mentor helps you to be accountable, somebody who you can go to, or they can come to you and ask you, what did you get this semester? Did you get to achieve the goal that we set? Did you get to change this? Did you get to change this behavior? Did you get to add this topic course maybe you needed to add to graduate? So get yourself a mentor as early as now. It helps a lot to have somebody who can guide you through. And this should be somebody who has already passed through what you're going through, yes, so that they have some experience, what you're going through, and they can guide you when you have any issues through it.
And how do you choose a mentor?
Oh, so for instance, I am in this program right now. Oh, it's over because summer is almost done. And I'm a mentor for undergraduates. So how you choose a mentor is first identify, why do I need a mentor in the first place? First, I say, yeah, they will help you keep yourself on track. They are like an accountability person. And how you choose that is first identifying what area do I need a mentor in. Is it your academics? Is it your spiritual life? Is it your physical life, whatever it is that you need a mentor in this case, academics. So if you are in high school, I don't expect you to go for a mentor who is in middle school. At least I expect you to go to somebody who is maybe a professor, or it could be anybody. It could be a preacher, somebody who has gone through what you're going through at that point. Then approach them, talk to them, tell them, this is what I would want. Ask questions. Be clear. What do you want? When you're choosing a mentor, you need to let the mentor know, this is what I expect from you. I expect you to ask me at the beginning of every semester, meet with me, let's lay a foundation. In the middle of the semester, I would want us to meet. Tell them what you want. And then they'll also give you their expectations. So for example, I had a student who was working under me, so I was her mentor. She came to me for research. She wanted to learn research. So the first thing is, I need to know, what do you want? What do you want to learn? What exactly do you want me to teach you? so that I can also plan myself, like what do I need to give to the students so that they learn. And then I tell them, this is what I expect from you. I expect a report at the end of every week. I expect to see you after every 2 weeks, or I expect you to come to me whenever you have this kind of challenge. So first, it starts with you. Go to your mentor, identify somebody. And I would say, pray about it, you see? Pray about it, tell God, I want you to give me somebody who can lead me through this journey. I want this. And they will do that, and he will do that. And once you have that person, go to them, talk to them, and then they will help you. The next thing is get out of your comfort zone. Success comes with a sacrifice. And to achieve anything extraordinary, you need to get off that comfort zone. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that means you have to be comfortable not always having enough sleep sometimes. You have to be comfortable not always going out with friends when they want you to go out with them. You have to be comfortable saying no to peer pressure. You have to be comfortable saying no to bad behaviors. You have to be comfortable saying no when you know something is not going to lead to that dream that you have. Building a career comes with sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice partying every weekend? So for me, I used to be, of course, be in school Monday to Friday. Our system was like every class would end at 5. So I have some time to go finish assignment, rest a little bit, and that's it for the day. So during the week, you don't have much time to evaluate and ask yourself, do I need to go back to anything that we learned through the week? Because there was all these assignments and all that. So over the weekend, on Saturday, is when I had my time now to go to the library and do self-study, revise, and do like catch up and recap on the things that I still need to understand more. But I would see sometimes my friends want us to go window shopping. I don't need to shop for anything. So why do I need to follow you when you're going to do shopping and I don't need to buy anything? Ideally, I would just say, okay, let's go. And then I'll waste like 5 hours. That's painful. 5 hours gone, that's a lot of time. So you have to be okay saying no to your friends when you know that you had planned in your planner that this Saturday I'm going to be studying for chemistry or for math or for whatever else that you needed to do. You have to be ready to do that so that you can achieve your goal. So get out of your comfort zone to achieve success and to build your career. Now that brings me to my last... Oh, That's fine. Yes.
I think what I understand is if they are going somewhere and I need them to help me with some topics,
so you need them.
Go with them so that they will do me a favor later on.
So are they the ones helping you study? Are you in a discussion group? So you're in a discussion group, so they just want you to go with them, but they are your discussion group mates in some way. And you said something to do an exam. There's an exam coming or something like that. So your friends want you to go out with them, but you don't need to go out. That's right? You don't necessarily need to go out, but your friends want you to go out with them. And there's an exam coming, but your friends are your group mates. That happened to me a lot, actually. I'll just use what I did. So my friends want to go out with me, but I don't need to do anything. Wherever they're going, I don't need to go. So what I would just do, I'll just explain to them, I had planned to do this and that. If they are truly my friends, if they truly understand the concept of friendship and helping each other grow, if I don't really need to go with them, I don't have the need, or I'm not the one who needs to go there, they should be able to understand that. And I don't have to change my plan for me to fit in their schedule because I had already scheduled for something. If I have scheduled to study for my exam, I'll go study for my exam. And then when it's time for discussion, we will go and discuss. And when I have my spare time, then I can take you out. You don't have to compromise because my friend will feel bad or because she helped me, so I have to. No, you don't have to. If that is your real friend, they should be okay that you had scheduled for something else besides you going out with them. And lastly, is focus on your growth. And so the previous point we said about getting out of your comfort zone is discipline. Lastly is focus on your growth. This is where you have to be dedicated. Are you growing? Am I achieving anything? It's been 2 months down the semester. What have I achieved? Am I growing? Have I been able to reach that goal that I had set at the beginning of the semester? Are you evaluating yourself at this point? It starts also with positive thinking. What are you saying about yourself? Walk like a winner. Speak like a winner. I can do this. When it gets tough, don't go along with that. Speak positive things about yourself. You can do it. Reflect on your goals and your achievement and say a positive word about it. Even when things are hard, when you feel like things are difficult. Positive thinking. That takes away the negativity in your mind, the challenges that might be coming, and helps you to also grow at the same time. And finally, don't give up. It's not easy. You can do all that, but sometimes challenges will come. Oh, there's no school fees, or somebody gets sick, or you get sick and you maybe were not able to attend the whole semester, or you feel like, I am trying my best, but it's just not coming through. I'm not getting this 4.0, I'm just still at 3.5. I am really trying to apply for an internship, but it's not coming through. Don't give up. Do not give up. Don't get weary. Keep pressing on. Remember God, He's a faithful God, and He has a purpose for you. He knows you by your name. He knew you before you were born. He says, if you ask anything in my will, in my name, if it's my will, I shall give it to you. He knows you, and He knows the number of hairs on your head. So whatever you tell Him, He already knows. He has your destiny in His hands. So why allow the devil to derail you from that path that you've already told your mind that I can do this? You can do whatever you put your mind to do as long as you bring God to it. It doesn't matter where you are. Believe me, it doesn't even matter what school you are in. Do they have books? Do they have professors? And you're there and you have God. That's all you need. You can achieve the best from a school that is not even known by anybody because you're special and you're wonderfully made. Put that positive thinking, speak positive things about yourself, read the Word of God. Serve God. At the same time, have time for God. As we are all achieving our careers, you cannot build on your career if your career is just for yourself. God wants us, our careers too, to serve Him and serve people. Because that's why really He created us, not just for us to get money and get careers and build our names. No, He also wants us to serve Him. When you do that and then you go to Him and cry to Him that, God, I am praying for this grade. Give me the strength. He surely will, because He has done it for people before, and so He will do it for you. It doesn't matter if you're in middle school, high school, college. We all need God.
Amen.
Yeah, so all the best. And as I say, if you need help, if you're struggling with anything, building a career, get a mentor for yourself.
Amen.
We all have all those people you've said here. We have nurses, doctors, entrepreneurs, so engineers. You can get somebody to help you through and make you accountable of what you're going through and just hold your hand and walk through with you. Thank you.
Amen. Come on, let's have those claps. So you have a direction to academics, right? Can someone tell me 4 things you've learned out of this part? 1. Dedication. 2. Determination. 3. Trusting God. 4, never give up. 5, get out of your comfort zone. Know what you want to do and stay focused, peer pressure out of the way. What does the acronym PASS mean? Stand for? Submit from copy and just submit. Submit late. How do you prepare? Study. You succeed. So as much as we are teaching you the spiritual matters, you're still on this earth, you're not yet in heaven. So that's why we are putting in other topics to prepare you so you live a comfortable life down here and don't live out of your parents' social security or someone else's pocket money. We have to be independent. Whether you're in college, like Carol, she's still in college, but she's preparing not to be dependent on someone. Right? Even when you're going to get married, you don't want to be dependent on your husband. Because guess what? He's a human being. Is that true? Have something for yourself before your husband adds you more. And if you're generous enough, give your husband something. Someone say it's time for eating. Okay, so food is ready. Let's pray. Father, we thank you, Jehovah, for the food. Thank you for the hands that prepared the feet that went to get the food. Bless them, oh Lord, as we eat. Let it be of nourishment in our bodies. When we come back here, we're going to be strong enough to listen to 2 more speakers and then have fun again. In Jesus' name we pray. So before we leave, let me have a hand of applause for all that have spoken to us. Wake up, wake up. Yes, yes, yes. If you've not learned something, I've learned a lot myself. Iron sharpeneth. So, what's the timing right now? 1:30. So 2, we should be in here. Okay? I'm trying to keep my timeline here. So 2 p.m. we should be. I'm told food is ready, like you're just going to eat straight ahead. I've prayed for the food. Go grab it.